What's up guys, Sean here, and today I'm partnering with the David Horowitz Freedom Center and StopK12Indoctrination.org to talk to you about a bill moving through the Colorado State Legislature. Throughout the course of doing this Stop K-12 Indoctrination series, I brought you numerous instances of teachers and activists inserting blatant political propaganda into our public school classrooms. In a free society, education should be used to teach students how to think. However, these activists are using our public education system to tell kids what to think. While normally in this series we expose an activist teacher or an organization that's exerting influence on our school's curriculum, the bill that we're talking about today will not only transform Colorado's education system, but it will actually hand off power to regulate the education system to an unelected panel of activists. Let's break this bill down. H.R. 19-1032 is a bill moving through the Colorado State Legislature that seeks to fundamentally change how sex education is taught throughout the state. The bill has been endorsed and is being pushed by Planned Parenthood, and there are quite a few troubling provisions within it that show it to be more about left-wing indoctrination than sex education. For example, there's a provision in this bill that prohibits either explicitly or implicitly teaching any type of traditional or values-based form of sex education in Colorado schools. The language in this portion of the bill is so strong that it might even prohibit teaching abstinence as an option to the kids of Colorado, despite the fact that abstinence scientifically is the best way to reduce your risk of teen pregnancy or STD transmission. The bill also requires every public school student in the state of Colorado to learn about LGBTQ issues. The bill bans the teaching of any traditional gender norms, and it prohibits any teacher within the state of Colorado from acknowledging the scientific fact that there are two sexes. Now, while it has been an accepted norm throughout our country for parents to be able to opt their children out of sex education curriculums, because ultimately these decisions lie with the parent at the end of the day, this bill does not have an exemption that allows parents to do so. That previous acknowledgement that parents are ultimately those responsible for their children seems to have gone by the wayside. Now, with all that being said, the most troubling part of this bill is that it requires the creation of an at least 7-member panel in charge of oversight and enforcement of this bill. Members of that panel must come from what are called discriminated against communities, such as those discriminated against based on disability, race, creed, color, gender expression, immigration status, sexual orientation, national ancestry, marital status, religion, or age. This provision of the bill completely gives away the game. It's not just about destroying traditional values and replacing them with radical leftist values. It's about creating a panel that exists independent of the legislature to make sure that the left-wing agenda can be pushed throughout our education system in perpetuity. Half the characteristics listed as requirements to sit on this panel about sex education have nothing to do with sex education, sexual orientation, or anything like that. And that's because this bill is not about sex education. It's about replacing traditional values with radical left-wing values. What we have here is Colorado state legislatures handing off control of our education system to blatant political activists. This is why I've thrown my support behind the Code of Ethics for K-12 educators, because it has specific provisions meant to prevent this type of political indoctrination throughout our school system. Please visit StopK12Indoctrination.org, read over our Code of Ethics, read about other instances of K-12 indoctrination, and see if this is a bill that you can get behind. There, you can also report instances of public school indoctrination as you see them. This has been Sean Fitzgerald for the David Horowitz Freedom Center. Till next time.